let me just put this out here because I want to get into Amazon, the business. I think that's like the most fascinating part. But having known Jeff, not personally, but, been in the same room with him and having mutual friends and this kind of thing, did he have a crazy midlife crisis? Is that what's going on the last 5 years when, he got divorced? He starts dating. I mean, he essentially steals his friend's wife, I think is the only way to say it, right? And he pretty much goes out there unabashedly dating another guy's wife. And I don't want to make this salacious, but on top of that, then quits his job, starts flying helicopters. He looks like he's on performance enhancing drugs or he's working out like 8 times a day. I mean, he's just colossal. Like you've seen the memes. The Hollywood thing seems to be on track as a business. I don't think that was the midlife crisis, but certainly quitting and then saying, I'm going to go do what Elon does and make rocket ships was quite a turn of events, was it not?
It's remarkable. And Jason, you'll appreciate that I started working on this book in 2018. So I didn't anticipate any of this, my tame little business book would take a left turn into, the National Enquirer, dick pics and a salacious Hollywood scandal. Like that, I did not anticipate that. But, I'll say a couple things. One, first of all, we can't, I was very wary of assuming that we had all the facts, that we could know all the facts. People's private lives or the details of a marriage, are somewhat unknowable. They're very private people. I ultimately don't know the extent to which, his first marriage was over before it became public knowledge. At the very least, there was some questionable judgment in, as you say, being so open about the relationship at a time when public interest in him, because he was the wealthiest person in the world and the CEO of Amazon, was so high. Like there was clearly an error in judgment. And then I told the whole story about how he kind of, in some ways, weaponized his ownership of the Washington Post to attack the National Enquirer and did so very successfully. Is it a midlife crisis? I mean, my sense is that, as he got wealthier, as he became more of a member of elite society, he determined that he enjoyed it, and he enjoyed the trappings of the super yacht St. Bart's lifestyle, going to the conferences. And I know for a fact that Mackenzie, formerly Mackenzie Bezos, did not enjoy that lifestyle. She's very private, right? And so you can kind of see their stars moving in opposite directions. And she's obviously, created quite a mystique for herself now as a philanthropist. But it seems to me that I don't know if it was a midlife crisis as much as it was him wanting to really continue living a life of public adventure. And enjoying his wealth. The one quick other thing I'd say is, he had the space vision before Elon. Blue Origin, precedes SpaceX, but he executed it horribly. And I have a chapter on this in my book. And, Elon runs SpaceX. Bezos has always administered to it from a distance and sowed all kind of dysfunction because of that. And so now we see him trying to catch up, putting himself at risk to take that flight, filing lawsuits against SpaceX. It's going to be an interesting drama to watch. Bezos doesn't like to come in second on anything. And with space, he's maybe third or fourth at this point.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness to E, he was into rockets in college too, but I think you're right. Maybe Blue Origin might have been incorporated first, right? It was all at that like 2001 time frame.
And they would go to lunch and breakfast. And Elon, I talked to Elon for the book, and he was telling Jeff he was pursuing the wrong rocket architecture, and Jeff wouldn't listen. And then, of course, he made some mistakes.
Yeah, it's super weird, I have to say, watching Jeff, who I think is just a tremendous entrepreneur, be so insecure about this rocket stuff. I don't know if you saw that they tweeted at Branson that he didn't actually go to the right level of space by the definition that 60% of people consider. Did you see those crazy infographics? And then he criticizes Elon, and then he's trying to sue to catch up. What is who's advising him? Or does he not have people around him who tell him what a bad look it is? Because he's Jeff Bezos. I mean, we all respect him. He's done such amazing things in the world. And then to be Richard Branson's an old guy. He went to space. It's it could have all been like a jovial, fun space race of the summer. And then Bezos made it so petty and like, you didn't go high enough. I went higher than you. It was kind of sad. When you saw it, did you think that's just sad?
Yes. Obviously it is. And he hasn't done himself many favors. At the Van Horn press conference, announcing the philanthropic gift to two individuals as he's talking about the trip, wearing a cowboy hat with the spacesuit, the jubilation after, a 10-minute ride. Yeah, it all struck me as somewhat bizarre. Does he have people around him that might be counseling otherwise? I mean, when you achieve the level, well, Jason, you've seen this probably again and again. You achieve that level of success, and you tend to probably think that you know best. So I don't know if is he not listening to folks, or is the company doing that? Yeah, I tend to think that it probably does come from him.
Yeah, you cannot pick a fight as a corporation without the founder CEO's approval to start a fight.
Right.
Like you would be fired the next day. No PR marketing person's like, I've got an idea. Let's, denigrate like Richard Branson's like life dream and in order to pump up Jeff. It's like, no, Jeff told him like, hey, we should make an infographic that does exactly this.
Right. And he said at the press conference, I'd like to thank employees and customers for paying for all this. It was absolutely tone deaf. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever felt anxious in a really expensive suit? I know I have. You put it on your shelf, you're going to have all that anxiety. You're not going to want to wear it. I have an amazing tip for you. It's called Indochino. I have been getting my suits at Indochino, and they are gorgeous. You go to the store, they measure you, and then they talk to you about what you like. All the different aspects of the suit, the fabric, the way the pockets work, the lapels. They'll even put a monogram in there, or really gorgeous, what they would call like a statement lining, a lining that when you turn your jacket inside out and lay it on the chair next to you, people go, wow, that's a gorgeous suit. Where did you get it from? And I tell people, I got it from Indochino. They say it fits perfect. It looks great on you. And that's the thing about suits. When they are custom made and they fit you perfect, you'll look like $1 million. Indochino suits start at just $399. The best part is that once you have all of that sizing information, they can just ship you another suit. Additionally, if you want to alter it a little bit, you think, maybe I could take this in, maybe I take that out over here, change the length, because sometimes, maybe you want to do that after you get it. They'll give you a $75 credit to go to a local tailor and do that. It is a no-brainer. Indochino is now open in select Nordstrom stores. To find the nearest location, go to Indochino.com, Indochino.com. Plus, right now, you're going to get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more just by using the code TWIST, TWIST, at checkout.